I'm getting married. Next week. Yeah, next Tuesday. And on Wednesday, this time next week, I'll be flying to the Caribbean. Al Caribe. On my honeymoon. Viaje de novios. Luna de miel. Yes, this time next week, I'll be flying. Futuro continuo. No sueles usar en español el futuro continuo. No es corriente. Estaré volando. Estaré yendo. Bueno, a veces sí. En inglés mucho, ¿eh? By this time next week. A estas alturas de esta semana. La próxima. By this time next week o sin by. This time next week, I'll be flying to the Caribbean on my honeymoon. Yes, haha. And you? Probably not. And this time next week, I'll be enjoying life. This time next week, I won't be working. This time next week, I'll be doing the best thing imaginable. Flying to the Caribbean on my honeymoon.
Hi, and welcome to another class. So let's take a look at our sentence for today. I hope you're ready. This time next week, I'll be flying to St. Lucia on my honeymoon. A estas alturas de la próxima semana, estaré volando a Santa Lucía en mi luna de miel. Okay, so empezamos con la expresión this time next week. Okay, a estas alturas de la próxima semana. Decimos this time, y pones next week. Por ejemplo, this time next week, I'll be in Los Angeles, right? A estas fechas o a estas alturas de la próxima semana, estaré en Los Ángeles. This time next week, I'll be on vacation. This time next week, he'll be married, right? A estas alturas de la próxima semana, él estará casado. Now, podemos decir this time next month. This time next year también, okay? So a estas alturas del próximo año o del mes que viene o del próximo mes o de la próxima semana. Por ejemplo, this time next month, I'll be in California. Or this time next year, I'll be a millionaire. Millonario, palabra del día, millionaire. Okay, keep practicing.
I feel great because this time next week, I'll be climbing Mount Everest. De aquí a una semana. Sí, en inglés hay que decir this time next week. This time next week. This time next week. This time next week, I'll be climbing Mount Everest. Just me and Destiny. We'll be climbing Mount Everest. This time next week, we'll be getting exercise. We'll be spending quality time together. Just me and Destiny. This time next week. What about April? This time next week. She said something about meeting April. I'm sure April wants to go shopping this time next week. I don't know what I'm going to do. What can we do with April? This time next week, I want to be with Destiny. Just Destiny and I. Ask me what I want to do this time next week. That's right. This time next week, I want to be with Destiny.
Okay, so let's continue with our class. Now, this time next week, I'll be flying to St. Lucia on my honeymoon. Right? A estas alturas de la próxima semana, estaré volando a Santa Lucía en mi luna de miel. So the second part is, I'll be flying to St. Lucia. Now, esta estructura se llama future continuous, right? El futuro continuo. Usamos will be más verbo en gerundio. Remember gerundio, cogemos el verbo básico y pegamos ing. Okay, so I'll be flying to St. Lucia. Más ejemplos. They'll be working on Saturday morning. Ellos estarán trabajando el sábado por la mañana. So this time next week, I'll be living in a new house. Right? A estas alturas de la próxima semana estaré viviendo en una casa nueva. So again, will be, so remember the parts, will be, hay varias partes, will be más gerundio, verbo en gerundio. This time next month, he'll be playing on a new team. a estas alturas del mes que viene, pues él estará jugando en un equipo nuevo. Okay, so again, will be plus gerundio. Keep practicing.
Well, hello there. Hoy voy a mirar mi futuro cercano. I'm going to look into my near future. Let's see what the crystal ball says. Okay, it says this time next week I'll be skiing. Fantastic. Oh, wait. It also says this time next week I'll be drinking hot chocolate on a mountain in the snow. Amazing. But wait. Oh, it says this time next week I'll be falling in love. But who will I be falling in love with? Fantastic. It says I'll be falling in love with an artist. So, this time next week, I'll be drinking hot chocolate. I'll be skiing and I'll be falling in love. I can't wait for this time next week.
Okay, now we're at the last part, but let's repeat the sentence again one last time. This time next week, I'll be flying to St. Lucia on my honeymoon. A estas fechas o estas alturas de la próxima semana estaré volando a Santa Lucía en mi luna de miel. So the last part is on my honeymoon. Okay, empezamos con honeymoon. Honeymoon is luna de miel. Y pronunciation, very important, honey, honey, no honey. Okay, nunca honeymoon, honey. So O es como A, ¿verdad? So on my honeymoon. Y ponemos la preposición on y no in. Okay, on. Por ejemplo, Pepe and Maria are on their honeymoon. Where's Marta? Oh, she's on her honeymoon. Okay, so again, on my honeymoon, on her honeymoon, on their honeymoon. Más ejemplos. Where do you want to go on your honeymoon? Oh, well, I don't know, Fiji, someplace tropical, right? A beach, a beautiful place. So I want to go to the beach on my honeymoon. And what about you? Where do you want to go on your honeymoon? And don't forget the word of the day, la palabra del día is millionaire. Okay, keep studying and we'll see you in the next class. Bye.
Are you married? I am. But my husband works all the time. Por eso, that's why we have to wait to go on our honeymoon. But we're going on our honeymoon next year. Yes, I'm going on my honeymoon to St. Lucia. Oops, not my honeymoon, our honeymoon. Yes, we're going on our honeymoon next year. My husband Roy and I. Well, my husband is Roy, so my husband Roy, one person, and me. Only two people on our honeymoon. Eso decimos, April and her husband are going on their honeymoon. Oh, good. One more time. They're going on their honeymoon. Oh, perfect. I am so excited. We're going to go to St. Lucia on our honeymoon. Oh, lovely. And we're going to go on our honeymoon this time next year. But wait, normally there are sales. There are sales now. So I won't be here for the sales next year. Oh.